And welcome back to Haunting the Collector with me, Jace. And I have to apologise that it's been such a long time since I got a video out, and no excuses, guys. I've been incredibly busy, but also I did do a video last week, which some of you may have noticed I put on the community section, and it was about Weta's, what I thought was Weta's increased shipping prices, and then someone kindly pointed out that the error was all mine. Now, I did take the footage and try to rehash it and re-edit it a bit and film a little bit extra and slot it in to sort of explain what I'd done, but it came out all disjointed. And I'll be honest with you guys, I lost my patience and I just chucked it. So that's why there wasn't a video last week. I did do one, but I had to scrap it, unfortunately. And as I've explained before now, with my blocks of 4 when I'm working, because I do 12-hour shifts, I've only got really sort of 3.5 days in which I need to do everything. So it's not as easy now for me to do the videos, especially now, obviously, because I'm busy going to the gym. I've got all the spiders now as well, which I have to look after. So time is reduced, which is why I'm really excited about doing the live stream. The live stream will be going ahead. I'm looking at doing my first one at the end of this month. So if you would like to be considered, please contact me. To all of you who have, thank you ever so much. I'll be in touch soon with a date. I'll be looking at doing it at 9 p.m. That's Greenwich Mean Time. Are we GMT? Yeah, we're Greenwich Mean Time, aren't we? So that's 9 p.m. UK time. That's what time I'll be looking at airing it. So for all of you, you'll have to work out what that time zone is for you. Probably be looking at doing it on a Friday, Saturday or a Sunday. One of them 3 days, because I've got quite a few weekends off coming up now. So, but in the future, it's going to work around whenever I have days off. So, but I will probably look at keeping the 9 p.m. time slot. So anyway, so I've just got to get a date. But I'm looking at the end of October, guys. Sorry, end of this month. I'm looking at the end of September for doing my very first one. So I hope as many of you will jump on and watch that. I am nervous, but I'm also extremely excited. Also, it will keep content coming out as well whenever I can't get time to do videos. When the spiders get bigger and start to grow and I start getting more adult enclosures in, there'll be a lot more footage with them to do. At the moment, with them being slings and everything else, it's very limited to what I can film with them, really. But I will start trying to do a little bit more sort of filming when I'm feeding and things like that. But I say at the moment, it's not very easy at the moment, although I will show you a couple of things when I go around today, because I was actually going to do this room tour a while back. I did the thumbnail quite a while ago, and I thought, well, what I'll do is, because I'm on nights tonight, I'll do this video today to get the video out, and a few things I want to show you, some ideas I've got. I've now managed to start getting the spare room cleared out so I can start doing some work in there as well now, because that's going to be the spider room, but there's also some statues going in there as well, which I've discussed on other videos. So also got a project coming in the future, which I don't want to say too much about now, but it's going to be really, really good. So obviously there's other things going on which I'll discuss as I'm going around on the tour. We're going to be down here and showing you everything upstairs as well. So hopefully that will give you a good idea of where, you know, upcoming stuff that's going to be happening. So yeah, but I apologise anyway that there's been a big gap, but there is a lot of stuff coming up. It's just I have very limited spare time now, so I apologise about that. Right, I have got some other videos I need to do, because I've done the thumbnails on them as well, so I need to work on getting those done for you. But for now, let's go. So I'm going to be going around everything, guys. So I'm going to be going around statues. There'll be some Lego, because I've got some Lego over there. Obviously the spiders as well, and I'll try and fill you in with things I'm going to be doing in the future as well. Obviously now there's stuff that's gone upstairs as well. There's a lot of room upstairs now as well. There's the cabinet as well to discuss. So I'm going to try and keep this video as short as I can, but we've got a hell of a lot to get around. So I'm going to shut up and go handheld, and we're going to have a look around. Right, here we go. Okay, everyone, so starting on the back wall. I apologise if you can hear my bloody washing machine. I thought it would have finished by now. So first of some of my tarantulas here. So on the back wall here, we've got some Valhallas here. I've got 8 of these in total. There's 3 here. First of the Fankei Reds, got a load more Fankei Reds over here. Again, I've got 8 of these. Some of the others are in some of the other enclosures. These actually, the Fankei Reds are the most expensive and I think the rarest ones in my collection. Next would be the Valhallas. These are over £100 per sling for each of the species. They're soon to be knocked off the top spot though, because I am in discussions on getting, for all the tarantula people out there, you'll be interested in this, getting 10 Sabah Reds. 10 Sabah Reds. I'm in discussions now, and I'm pretty much looking at getting these in the next sort of month, I think. And say there's 10 of them, but I'm not going to be keeping 10. So the other 2, well, I'm going to be doing something with the other 2. So for all you tarantula fans out there, you might want to click the old notification bell to be kept posted on what I'll be doing with the other 2 Sabah Reds. So yeah, that's something for the future. Coming down, sorry guys if it's a little bit dark, we've got all my other ones here. So that's my Balfouri communes there. Natalie is currently, as we speak, working on the tank for these, which will be going upstairs. So there'll be a huge video coming out, probably 2 videos coming out on that. I'm going to be doing a huge display project for that, and then all these Balfouris will be going into that. I'll be discussing more about that. I've now rehoused all my arboreals into these pots. There's some more over in the corner, and then obviously all my terrestrials there on the back. Don't know if that's coming out or not, but just to the left of my, as you're looking at it, just to the left of my thumb there, that is actually the trap door that this Celadonia has made. It has settled in. It's not going to focus, guys. I haven't got a free hand. Yeah, that one there has made a trap door, which is absolutely brilliant news. The other one is racing around the tank, its tub, but it seems to have made its home underneath the cork bark. Every time I look for it, it seems to come out from under the cork bark. But yeah, unfortunately, the third one died. So that's 2 now which have settled in and doing really well. Unfortunately, 2 have died. A lot of these now you can see, look, are getting webbed up lovely. So I'm not going to go through all these, obviously, guys. So there's some more over here. The praying mantis are doing exceptional, especially this. Look at the size of this guy here. I'll put some video footage up just to show you what size he was when I had him. But look how big he is now. That's that Asian giant one. This guy, every time he molts, he just grows so much. I've never had praying mantis before. So yeah, he's done really well. The other ones are doing well as well. You can see that one there on the side. That one there on the side of his stick as well. So this one here, though, I'm going to have to rehome him soon. Coming around the room, there's one of my swords from Ravenforge, Sword of the Rohan there. And there's one of my Lego pieces in the display case. How cool does that look? Got another display case upstairs. Not such a success story with that one. But yeah, love that. Fantastic display case. These display cases, guys, they look brilliant once you've done them. But they are expensive. They take a long time to get here. And they are fiddly as hell to put together. But say once they're done and the models in there, they do look superb. Got some more spiders down here and the scorpions as well. And my equipment. And there's a load more equipment over there. That is all for the Balfouri commune. Coming up, we have got the Prime 1 Studio Balrog versus Gandalf. You can see my Gandalf's got a bent staff because I snapped it like a bonehead. I wish I'd filmed this at night so you could all get the LED effect better. I'll just see if I close this blind if it improves it at all. Yeah, it's not doing really, is it? I should have filmed this at night, but... And obviously this base is going off to Alan to be painted. I've been saying that now for about 2 months now. I'm running way behind. It will be going at some point. Alan, if you're watching, I apologise, but it's just chaos here and bedlam, and I'm just running massively behind. But this whole base will be going off to Alan at some point in the future to be painted. So that's a future project that will be happening at some point. And then behind him we have got Sauron. Brilliant. I don't know if I can show you this or not. I actually knocked this off and I actually broke the hand. Oh, it's not focusing, is it? Come on, you git. And if that's coming out, you can see the claws. Literally every claw broke, every single one. I managed to find most of the pieces and glue them back together as best as I could. But yeah, absolutely gutted by that. So yeah, so there's my Prime 1 Sauron. Still one of my absolute favourite pieces in my collection. And behind that I've got my Conan sword. Absolutely beautiful piece. Coming across to the little display I've got on the mantelpiece here, I have ordered the Tower of Barad-dûr, the mini Tower of Barad-dûr, which will go next to that one, giving me the 2 tower setup. And I've also got the art print, which I bought from, oh, I can't think of his name now, from Leicester Vintage Toy Shop. I bought that at the Telford Comic Con. Got the Telford Comic Con coming next month. Can't wait for that. Coming down into my half scale Prime 1 Terminator. Was the first piece to arrive here in 2021 when I started my collection off again, and still remains one of my absolute favourite pieces in my collection. Absolutely stunning piece. Absolutely love this piece. And moving across, we've got the Prime 1 Studios 3rd scale Alien Big Chap. Favourite piece in my collection. Absolutely love it. Absolutely stunning piece, this. And when I did my unboxing and review on this, it was great to get so many of you who got back to me and said because of that you've been and bought the piece and you were all so pleased with it. So I don't think I've ever had any video I've done so many people contact me and saying, yeah, I'm going to get that now after watching your review of it. And you all got back and just said how pleased you were with it. So cheers, it's just absolutely spectacular piece. Ravenforge, all crisp behind there, unlicensed, which is why I sort of allow it in the collection sort of thing, because I don't collect Hobbit. And also you've got the 1/1 scale Sauron figure there, which came with the Prime 1 Studios Sauron figure that I've got. Coming up, my VHS Conan the Destroyer, unopened, which was sent to me by Jacob and still sits pride in place there. The Weta Workshop quarter scale Arwen helm, One Ring, map of Middle Earth, that's the New Zealand sterling silver. And is that damn toys? I've had this for ages. This is probably the oldest piece in my collection, actually. I've had that for years. I bought that back when I was buying the Sideshow stuff. Coming across to the Berserker Orc by Prime 1 Studios, quarter scale, with the Weta art print of the Argonauth behind him there. Still one of the most staggeringly awesome pieces in my collection. Absolutely adore this piece. Will never leave. Stunningly beautiful. I have actually been approached by someone about this piece, a professional artist actually, which I'll talk more later about that. I'm still debating what to do. And just to cover it, some people have said that their flagpole bends. Mine does as well, and mine is tied to the ladder as well, guys. I know some people were saying that theirs wasn't. Mine's tied and mine is bent over as well. I don't mind it. Mine, as you can see, is bent and leant up to the wall. I feel it gives it a more realistic look. So I think with some of them, they do bend a bit. They are just weaker because of the weight of the flags on them, guys. But I say it doesn't bother me. I've got the wall there to hold mine in place, so. And then coming down, we've got the limited edition closed mouth Predator bust there. Massively overpriced, but massively awesome as well. Absolutely love it. And then we've got the other portraits from out of the DX bonus edition. 3rd scale Predator himself, which is just staggeringly, utterly awesome. And would be the best piece in my collection were it not for that god-awful stump, which fortunately you can't see very well. But the rest of it, though, look at that. He is just awesome. And talking of awesome, right next to it, the Queen Studios Balrog. Absolutely incredible. The best photograph I've ever taken of a statue, which I now use. I proudly use now for the Haunt of the Collector emblem. I was so pleased. Other people have actually asked me if they can use that photograph, so that is a huge compliment, and people have asked for that. I've got to be honest, guys, I don't want to sound like I'm gloating, but I am so pleased with that photograph that I took of this. Incredible piece. Absolutely love it. I wish I could have had the Pinter piece, which obviously would have been the size of my fireplace, but I wouldn't have got it in the house. And I should have think how much it would have cost me to ship it. But yeah, look at that. Wow. Wow. Love it, man. Love it, love it, love it. In fact, I'm in a position now which fills me with absolute joy. I love every statue I've got. And now that I've got back into my tarantulas as well, it just makes this now my front room when I come home. I just have everything. I can just sit here, and every wall now is just filled with things that I just absolutely adore. Brilliant. And there's more upstairs. And there's more upstairs. Awful camera work here. Okay, I'm starting in what was basically my daughter's bedroom, but now is more the spare room, really. So I've got my original Lord of the Rings movie posters here on the wall, which obviously I absolutely adore these. They look superb. I've now changed direction with what I was going to do in this room, because I now have this whole wall spare. So I'm going to be getting a unit. Those are my millipedes in there. That's just some stuff out of the collectibles cupboard, which I'm actually selling off because I've changed my mind what I'm doing there. I'll show you that. I'll show you the cabinet afterwards. So I'm going to be getting a unit here, which I'll put spiders on and statues on. And then I'm going to be putting some freestanding shelving units all the way up here. Again, these will be to put tarantulas on, tarantula enclosures on, but also I'm going to be putting some statues in here as well. The room will be changed around a bit, so but now I've got some room to maneuver and work in here. So yep, there'll be projects going on in here. Going through to my room, so we've got the Prime One Studios Frodo and Gollum. I apologize if the light's not very good, guys. Obviously this will be going into the spider room because it has to with that base. Some people are saying that this is the best Prime One Studios Lord of the Rings piece to date. Hard to argue with that given those incredible portraits. Look at that. Absolutely spectacular piece. Spectacular piece. And I've got the Weta Workshop map behind there as well. Coming up onto the Prime One Studios Lurtz, which obviously I've done a whole video on this because I had my base custom painted by Alan. Done an absolutely spectacular job. Again, there's a whole video on this. Look at that base. Just brought it alive. For people who don't know, this base was absolutely atrocious, and I sent this off to Alan, who did this incredible work. And Alan hopefully will be doing my Balrog base for me as well if I ever get around to actually sending it off to him. Alan, if you're watching, I do apologise. I know I kept saying I'll send it, but I will get it to you. And there's Lurtz, and behind the Weta Workshop map of Mordor, which I had professionally framed. I am not even going to tell you how much that frame cost, guys. It was astronomical, and it weighs a ton. And like a complete bonehead, I didn't have museum glass put in it. If I could give any advice, if you're getting anything professionally framed, guys, pay the extra, get the museum glass. Moving around, got another sword on the wall there, which I bought years ago, and the Star Wars stamps from the British Royal Mail. You could only get this, which is limited to 500, if you bought the small one, which is up over the door, which I did, and then I snapped up getting this one, which is exceptionally rare, and I love it. Coming down to the best Lego model I've ever done, and unfortunately, as you can see, I've broken the display case because I'm a bonehead. But look how good it looks for that backing. Look how good it looks for that backing. So I've got to buy another one of these display cases now, which means another £180 I've got to shell out and another 2-month wait for it to get here. But as I said, guys, These are incredibly awkward to put together. I was trying to put this one together on my own, and you can see there it broke. It also broke on the other corner, and the top fell in, and those two pieces broke, rendering them absolutely useless. So it's at the moment it's left looking like this, but it gives you the impression of what it will look like. Still, I say that this is one of the best Lego models ever made. Look at this, absolutely exquisite. If you're a Lord of the Rings fan, I don't see how you can ignore getting this, because it's just beautiful. And coming down to more Lego displays, I've got Star Wars stuff down here, well, the ones that I've built. They're getting display cases for these, so we've got the huge Mos Eisley piece, which I'll be honest guys, I bought that for the huge array of minifigures in it, because I just don't, a lot of these minifigures you're never going to get them in any other set. The one UCS piece I've built there, which is the Land Speeder, which is a superb model. Got a display case coming for that. That'll be going downstairs. Also, incidentally, this table here is where the Balfour Commune will be going, which is why I need the display case for this soon, because that is going to be moved into the other room. But doesn't that look ace with that background on it? Doesn't it look absolutely ace? Love, best Lego set I've ever built. Best looking Lego set as well, I think. Beautiful piece. Can't wait for the Tower of Barad-dûr to come out. End of the year apparently. Coming over to my 1:1 scale Nazgul bust. Look at the size of that. Lowest score I've ever given a piece, but it's a piece I absolutely love the most. Atrociously painted base. UC United Cutlery Morgul blade there, but it's just got so much presence, this has, guys. Sits at the foot of my bed, and it's for reasons like that, and the fact that I have spiders and I build Lego sets, that I am going to be single forever. Luckily I'm anyway, yeah, Infinity Studios 1:1 scale Nazgul bust. Absolutely bloody awesome, even though it's got loads of flaws. Moving over to the cabinet, which any of you that have been keeping up, not a great deal has changed at all in here. I am going to be turning this into more of a Lego one, really. I'm going to be getting lots of Lego sets, which I'm not going to be opening. I've watched a lot of Lego channels where people just have multiples of Lego sets, and I just really like the way it looks. Also, in regards to some of the pieces that I've been buying, I love the artwork and the boxes, which I'm going to be keeping those, but I also want to now start working on replicating things I had when I was a kid, things that have a lot more nostalgia tied to them for me. So that's where I'm going to be going with this, but this will be very much sort of behind everything else, the statues and the tarantulas and live streaming and things like that, and even the Lego itself. The display pieces will be taking priority. This will be something that just ticks over quietly in the background that I'll update you with now and again. At the moment it's very much on pause. I need so many other things I've got to get sort of worked out as well. So we'll just show you briefly in here as well. I think I've shown you in here before. Obviously I've got some mini epic pieces in here, another Lego piece there. Fighting Fantasy books when I was a kid. I did all this on that nostalgia video, and also the vintage, the graded vintage Star Wars figures that I'm going to be getting more of. Again, I say all these things are on pause at the moment. So yeah, we've got the which I got from Sideshow, the Aragorn and King of the Dead piece. I'm still waiting for someone to do a King of the Dead statue, whether that will be done. Everything seems to have gone very quiet at the moment on the statue front, certainly in regards to Lord of the Rings, but I'm ever hopeful, and I love my art prints anyway, and I've got a lot of stuff to be framed at some point, a pile of stuff actually, and I certainly am going to be starting to get more into some of the signed art pieces and art prints and things like that, guys. It's I've been watching some of you others now that are doing that, and then it's something that's seriously piqued my interest as well. So yeah, so that's something else I'm going to be looking at branching into. and I will be putting them in museum glass when I do them as well. So I have got that coming up in the future as well, because I've got a whole load of stuff to do. I will show you quickly where I'm going to be putting all this. Now, this possibly doesn't come out very well on camera, but I have, living in a cottage, this huge curved staircase and all this immense amount of wall space. And what I want to do is I want to try and fill this with pictures and art prints, and I want to have like all my Comic-Con ones lined up on here, but also I want to have art prints on here as well. At the moment, the only piece I have on here is this. I actually got this from a Disney store years and years and years ago. I was in my early 20s, so it's exceptionally old. No, it isn't. No, it isn't exceptionally old. It's only a few years old. Anyway, yeah. So that's what I'm sort of planning to do on here. All this space to utilise in use. I was going to put a load of UC cutlery on here, but I've got other ideas that I want to sort of, because I've got so many Comic-Con pictures I want to put on here that I've got to get framed yet. I want to also now start moving into getting art prints as well. If I come round, you see there's just loads and loads and loads of space. Anyway, that's given you a pretty reasonable tour of the haunt. So there we go. Let me know what you think. Lots to do. Lots to do, guys. Right, let's go back downstairs and wrap this video up. Okay, so that's it. That's where we stand at the moment. So as you can see, there's a lot of stuff coming up in the future, guys. I've got a lot of stuff going on. I'm not sort of going to be rushing too much into this. A lot of things have been put on the back burner. Like I'm ever so sorry to Alan, but obviously the Balrog base at the moment is not a priority for me. It will be done, I assure you. That is something that's sitting at the forefront of my brain. But getting as many spiders in as I've got in such a short period of time has really sort of thrown things out of balance, and it takes up a lot of time for me to do that as well. As I've shown you upstairs, I've got other things, you know, like cases that have broken. I've just got the spare room empty now. So there's a lot of the cabinet I need to get stuck into that, and I want to start getting some big Lego orders in and getting that, because I think it's going to be mostly Lego in there, but also I really want to get that into vintage stuff that I had as a kid, not just buying random stuff and just to make it look like something that doesn't echo to me particularly. I was thinking about, as I said before, photographs of me when I was a kid with my brother and my mum and dad, and we used to have our toys laid out at Christmas. I want to try and replicate that, so it's going to be far more focused than what it was just the random things I was doing before. So yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on, and there's a lot of, but I'm not going to be rushing into these things. They'll happen when they happen. With getting bases painted, it's not just that. I've actually been approached on the subject of getting bases painted. I've actually been approached by another artist who saw one of my pictures on Instagram, and he contacted me through, and I was looking at his work, and this guy's actually, I think he's a professional miniature painter. And he was very interested in tackling one of my pieces. I did ask him how much that would be. He also lives in Europe, so it's going to cost me to send the piece out. And yeah, he's very expensive, but he's also exceptionally good. So that's potentially something I'm looking at doing. So yeah, there's a heck of a lot doing, guys, and I do apologise. I'll try and get the videos to be being more and more random. Say video didn't come out last week. That was my fault, being a total bonehead, and I had to scrap it. And also at the moment, guys, I've got to admit my focus is on getting the live stream up and sorted. I need to buy a bit of gear, and if it works out, then obviously I'm going to have to invest in a laptop and some better sound equipment and cameras maybe. So but at the moment I'm very, very keen. As I said at the start of the video, if you would like to be considered to appear on that live stream or an upcoming live stream, please let me know. More the merrier. And talking to more the merrier, I hope you'll all jump on. I will get it up in the community section when I've got a date. It's looking like the end of this month, guys, all being well, and I say it will be at 9 PM. The time I've decided to do is 9 PM. That's UK time. Right, I'm going to shut up and leave you all to the rest of your week. I hope you're all having a great week. I've started my nights now, so I hope to do another video at the weekend for you all. So I will try and get my arse into gear, and because I've got a multitude I need to do. And in fact, somebody had said, there was a bit of a debate going on one of the groups, and they said, I know what your next video is going to be. And in all fairness to whoever that was, put that, yeah, you're right, I am going to do a video. Not necessarily on that, but I think it was quite a good... it was a very good idea for a topic for a video. So yes, I'm gonna have a think about that one. I say I've got a couple of night shifts now, and it's a good time for me to sit and sort of stew ideas over and think about content for future videos. So I think I am going to pursue something with that one. Right, okay guys, I've talked enough. If you've enjoyed the video, please click the like button. I'd really appreciate that. Obviously, you know the score, guys. Anything at all, please. You want to ask, or live streams or upcoming projects and stuff like that, please shove it in the comments below. Always love to hear from you all, and I'll get back to each and every one of you. Take care of yourselves, have a great week, and I'll see you all in the next video, whenever that is. Ta-ra, bit.